Okay, so you bought a fresh, or somebody gave you a little bouquet of herbs. I see them from sale at Walmart all the time. I'll put a little picture around right here so you know what I'm talking about. And for a while, you were cooking and throwing off all these pretty herbs while you were making all these exotic dishes. And now they don't look very good. What happened? I will show you exactly what happened, but at a much larger scale in my personal garden. Look. In this herb garden, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and there used to be more. We had a bunch of them, right? And you can see how some of them are doing great and some of them are not, even though they're the same kind of subspecies, right? These three are basil, and this is parsley, used to be cilantro somewhere around here as well. Okay, so what happened? What happens is plants compete for nutrients, and not only do they compete for nutrients, but they have different soil and water requirements. For example, that basil needs way more water and humid soil than rosemary or lavender or where it used to be tarragon over here, or even thyme. So what that forces the plants to do is to either one, coexist in an unhealthy environment they don't really like where they can't thrive, or essentially die and perish, throwing a lot of issues and very little solutions. So, let me explain to you a little further. These plants are often incompatible. For example, if you have ever planted mint, you know exactly what I'm talking about. How some plants will just take over and they will make the rest of everything just pretty much die. The solution to this is to actually plant things individually or in different compartments where they can interact with each other and they can receive the proper soil nutrition and moisture requirements for each individual plant. Now, if you want to have an edible amount of herbs ready to go at all times, you need to do it in a significantly sized container. For example, I'll show you. Most herbs come in this one. You'll see them. You know, $3, $5. This is very little, and there's not enough soil there to sustain. Not only is there not enough soil, but a lot of these are grown in hydroponic settings where it's hydroponic soil. So this is not good soil in general, so that's why they die when you buy them. Best thing to do is get a good quality soil and move them into a 1 gallon or half a gallon container so they can thrive. Okay, but now that doesn't look very attractive, very Pinteresty. Well, sometimes nature isn't Pinteresty. Sometimes you have to figure out ways of making things look pretty or attractive. One of the ways that I do it is that I have this giant ring, and in here I have ginger and lemongrass growing. But what I'm going to be doing for next year or upcoming seasons, I'm going to put a picture right here. This is what has inspired me because I can have let's say an L shape of different 5 gallon containers, right? Which each individual soil requirements and can moisture them accordingly so everything can thrive and I can have an abundant amount of herbs. It might not even go as big as 5 gallon because there are some herbs that you really don't really use that much, so you can really get away with the small 1 gallon-ish buckets like the one that I was showing you earlier. Anyways, I hope you learned something from this, and I hope that this video gave you the confidence to grow some more stuff, because people think that just because their herbs died when they were sold to them in a very unsustainable manner, that they have a black thumb or they can't grow things because they just suck. But you really don't. It's priced and sold for you to buy more because it fails. Keep on gardening and get your confidence up. Thank you for watching.